Alright, so I'm going to do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge where I show you 5 books I love, 4 books on my TBR, 3 books I will never stop recommending, the last 2 books I read, and my 1 current read. Let's go. First up is 5 books I love. Starting off is Mortal Instruments City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This is a childhood favorite of mine. This is the book that got me into the trenches of reading. I started reading this when I was 12, shortly after when the movie came out, and I wanted to compare the two, and this became like a mother-daughter book club, so this holds a lot of sentimental value to me. Next up is Barbarian Alien by Ruby Dixon, and as you can see, this book is well loved. I absolutely love Liz and Rahash out of all the couples in the series. Fun fact, the cover artist for Ice Planet Barbarians is the same cover artist that did my cover on my book, Tinker's Affliction. Now, number 3 is Neon Gods by Katie Robert. If you haven't listened to the audiobook, I highly recommend. Now, you know it's no secret that I am a Nightmare Before Christmas fanatic, as you can see. Long Live the Pumpkin Queen by Shay Earnshaw. It's a 5-star read I highly recommend. Now, last but not least is No Safety in Numbers by Dana Lorenz. The only way I can describe it is Contagion and 2020 COVID had an ugly love child, but instead of it taking place in an airport, it takes place in a mall, and the adults are completely useless, and the only people that make sense is 4 teenagers. Alright, that covers 5 books I love. Next up is 4 books on my TBR. So first up is Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Meyer. I'm planning on reading this in July because book 3, Accomplice to the Villain, is coming out in August. So by the time it comes out, I still have the information of book 2. Alright, so up next is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I also have Scarred in my TBR shelf as well. I haven't started any of the series yet, so I'm excited. Number 3, Made It to the Monster by Sarah Spade. Ironically, a video about this book came up on TikTok literally last night, so this must be my sign to read it this year. Alright, number 4 is Anna's Bounty by Daisy O'Donnell, and if I'm correct, this is book 1 of 8. Alright, 4 books on my TBR is done. Up next is 3 books I will never stop recommending. Now you know I will never shut up about this book, Captured by the Fae Beast by Mallory Dunlin. Reason why I will recommend this till I am blue in the face is because the characters are so well fleshed out, so complicated, that no matter what topic you touch on about this book, it's going to introduce a deep discussion. I love books that have complicated characters and touch on so many topics that just introduces conversation after another, and I can definitely see this being a book club book. And also, it is book 1 of 6. Book 6, Captive to the Shadow Prince, is coming out soon. So guess who's going shopping? Next on the list is One by the Gladiator by Belle Harper. This is a comfort read for me. I can't tell you how many times I've read this book because that's how many times I've read this book. It's a comfort read, quick. It's like quick and easy. You can turn your brain off. Nothing too serious. And there is a whole bunch of books on the series. I believe it's like in the double digits, peaking 20. So if you love the Ice Planet Barbarian series, you're definitely going to love this series as well. Okay, next up is Slammed by the Minotaur by Sam King. Me and her are author besties, and I absolutely love her. I love her writing style. It's so comforting, so easy, and this book is just mwah, chef's kiss. All right, we're almost done. Last 2 books I read. I literally only read 3 books this year, so this is going to be easy. Now, these 2 books are made by the same author. First up is Crafted 365, Built by the Culture by J.D. Evans. It is a poetry compilation that revolves around the Black community. I rated this book 5 stars. I can definitely see this book in a college classroom with an open forum discussion because it touches on so many topics pertaining to the Black community, and I really love this book. You guys really need to read this. And another book made by this author is Remember Me, Words to Heal by. Fam, you're gonna cry throughout this entire book. Also a 5-star read. Alright, we are almost done. My 1 current read, which is Promise to the Orc by Sue Mercury. I have been craving monster romance for a long time. And that sums up the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 challenge. Remember, if you want to see me do the 75 book challenge, it's going to be a YouTube exclusive, so be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio.